Hey guys, it's me again, Miles on Nexus Core. I'm here tonight to do my deck profile on Aquaforce Maelstrom. No, it is not Blue Storm, it is just the Maelstrom from the new clan booster that came out last month. So, diving in, we have our starter.
Was that a water pun?
Yep. We have our starter, Blue Storm Cadet Marios. Its skill is when your units attack, when the unit that this unit boosted attack hits a Vanguard. If it's third battle or more, check the top 5 cards for a Maelstrom unit and add it to your hand. So it's easy, it helps. Hell, it can help you not get grade locked. It helps to deck thin. It helps to just get stride fodder. It just helps you to get grade 3s out of the deck and into your hand where they're pretty much better off. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to trigger check grade 3s. We got 4 draws. The draws don't matter. I know a lot of people would probably run Malika simply because it has a skill, but this deck doesn't exactly require you to have Malika. Cross-sides aren't really a thing, and boosting up an 11k, which is the primary number that all my units hit, to a 14k doesn't really change much, seeing as how they all go towards the Vanguard. But yeah, 4 draws just for the hand size. 4 heals. Heal doesn't matter because Aquaforce heal triggers don't have skills. None of the triggers need to be Blue Storm. There's no special counterblast in this deck. She's just a pretty card, so I decided to run her. 4 stand triggers. This one can be a little specific. Officer Cadet Alekbors. Basically, his skill is GB1. When he attacks the Vanguard, choose a unit and switch places with this unit. When after that skill goes off, shuffle this unit back into the deck. It's a switcher to help me hit the 4th battle, and also it's a recyclable stand trigger. And again, this deck, it's like your Vanguard is always going to be trying to hit the 4th battle. So having stands the deck really helps because all of your attacks are over with. If your opponent survived the Vanguard, hey, you can restand an 11k unit to make it another 16k poke. That's a 10k minimum if they didn't get any triggers. And for criticals, again, this one is the specific one. It pretty much has to be Blue Storm, Marine, General, Despina. Now, I'm sure some of you remember this card from a while back. She's fantastic. When she boosts a Vanguard with Maelstrom in its card name, and it is the 4th battle of that turn or more, I believe it's or more.
Yes.
Yeah, it's or more, right. Your opponent cannot guard with grade 0s. Now, to those of you that have been playing Vanguard for a while, or to those of you that just know about Glory Maelstrom, you combo this with Glory Maelstrom for the 4th battle, and they can't guard at all. So this deck is pretty scummy sometimes, but hey, I enjoy it.
Typo, they can intercept, but they can't guard from hand.
You're right. But that's not going to do much of a difference unless they run as special interceptors.
True.
It can guard it.
Well,
Yep,
it could be one to
Gurguit
pass.
can guard it. No, it can't. Not if I'm on cross-red.
If you are on crossroad, yeah, but
All right. 4 PGs. This PG specifically, Blue Storm Shield Homerus. Now, I love this card so much. Its skill, first off, is...
Homerus.
Now, I know all of you know, like, the newer PGs, as we call them GPGs, can only guard the Vanguard, so people kind of got scared because of Laurel. This card can guard rear guards, but only if your Vanguard has Blue Storm in the card name. Now, seeing as how all of my grade 3s have Blue Storm, it goes off either way. But its second skill is fantastic. Wave 3 or more, so the third when it boosts for the 3rd battle or more, Soul Blast 1 bounces to the hand. No, the attack does not have to go towards the Vanguard, it can also go towards the rear guard. I often call this behind a 9k, so I make like a 15k poke to their rear, it hits numbers then, and I can bounce it back to the hand. So if you're having trouble getting off an offensive against your opponent, and you need to call a PG, this card works out really well. And again, to get the bounce, you need a Blue Storm Vanguard. It's pretty much the only card I have, I believe, that requires Blue Storm in the card name. 3 of, actually just ran this card now, Blue Storm, Battle Princess, Carolina. Her skill is, when you place her on rear guard, discard a grade 3 from your hand. Search your deck. Thank you. Search your deck for a unit specifically named Blue Storm Dragon Maelstrom. Now, this is a Break Ride deck, with the Break Ride being the new Blue Storm Dragon Maelstrom, so if I want to see that card before I want to see Glory or Maelstrom Reverse or the other grade 3s, I can discard those grade 3s and grab it out. She can also just be used for like deck thinning. You know, it's nice to get those grade 3s out, as I said earlier. I run 2 Battle Siren Stacia. Her skill is GB1. She gains the skill. She can attack from the back row, and when she does attack from the back row, she gains 3k. So this is the only GB unit I run. It's really nice, and it's easy to hit the 4th battle with her. So basically, it's just like 9k poke to the rear guard. No, she doesn't gain the 3k if she's in the front row, so you can't really do she can't become a 9k attacker or anything. You're not going to create 16k columns if you boost with her. But again, Aqua Force is mainly just poke city, so you use her for the pokes. Moving on to the final grade 3, grade 1, my bad. For Blue Storm Battle Princess Theta. Now, her skill is when she attacks, if I have a Maelstrom Vanguard, she gains 2k. Now, it's like those other grade 2s, you know, like for Ashley or for Maelstrom, they gain the 2k if you have a Vanguard with a specific card name. This one's for Maelstrom. But her second skill is wave second time only. So only if she attacks for the second battle, she gains an additional 3k if you have a Maelstrom Vanguard. She's a 12k attacker. What I normally would do is call like Couple Dagger in front of her or Rascal Sweeper. So I would go, 11 to Vanguard for first battle, switch with her, she becomes 12k. And she can poke rear guards as well. Moving on to the grade 2s, we run 3 or 4. Twin Strike Brave Shooter. I was considering running like Lazarus for just the 10k defense, but this card, again, it makes for like easy pokes. It's effectively just grade 2 Theta, but you don't need to have a specific Vanguard. Its skill is when it attacks, if the number of units currently at rest, so including itself, I have had too many people trying to argue with me that it doesn't count itself. It does. It gains 3k. So let's say you've attacked with 1 unit and then you attack with this unit, 12k. Let's say you attack with this unit and you boost with another unit, 12k. And again, it makes for easy pokes, easy like early game rush, just overall a viable choice for a grade 2. I run 4 Couple Dagger Sailor. Her skill is when she attacks for the first battle of the turn only, Counterblast 1, when she attacks the Vanguard, Counterblast 1, she gains 2k, and after she attacks, switch her with the unit behind it. It's Basil, only it can now hit the majority of the grade 3s that people run these days. I never had Counterblast issues with her. It's a Counterblast 1, and you don't really use her as frequently as you would think once you hit grade 3. And the reason for that is because I run 4 Blue Storm Soldier Rascal Sweeper. If I have a Maelstrom Vanguard, he gains plus 2k, so 11k, and he has Basil skill. So wave 1, when it attacks the Vanguard, switch it with the unit behind it. It's a free switch, and it's 11k. It's like, this is basically the main grade 2 of the deck. Moving on to grade 3s now. 4 Blue Storm Dragon Maelstrom. No, this is not the BT08 Limit Break unit. This is the Break Ride from the Clan Booster. Its skill is Break Ride, Counterblast 1. Your Vanguard gains 10k, and the skill, Wave 4. When your Vanguard attacks your opponent's Vanguard, when your Vanguard attacks your opponent's Vanguard, you draw 1 card, you retire one of your opponent's rear guards, and until end of that battle, your opponent cannot guard with grade 0s. I'm sure you all realize this. If you cross Break Ride with Glory Maelstrom, they can't guard at all. It's a disgusting combo. Its second skill is also pretty sweet for deck thinning, which I notice I do a lot with this deck. Wave 3rd time or more, when it hits the Vanguard, search your deck for a Maelstrom. It's just specific search. So one combo I like to pull off is like, if this is my column, if I have it boosted by Marios, let's say I go, attack, switch, attack, or just this is the 3rd attack, I can go, oh, it hit? All right, I'll check the top 5 for a Maelstrom. So let's say this is just the top 5 cards. Okay, check top 5 for a Maelstrom. Oh, look, I hit a target, add that to hand. All right, this unit hit, now I can search my deck for a Maelstrom. So do Marios' skill first because it ups the chances of seeing Maelstrom. That's two grade 3s out of the deck in one turn. Like, again, this deck thins really easily, and again, it gets you stride fodder and a lot of rearguard support actually. Again, I run 2 Blue Storm Karma Dragon Maelstrom Reverse. Its skill is Limit Break, Wave 4, so 4th battle, obviously. Counterblast 1, Rest, and lock one of your rear guards. So, no, you cannot have a full rested field and then lock it. You need, so the ideal thing would be don't boost this unit. Just, like, lock Marios, because you need to rest a unit as well. Yeah, so rest and lock, Counterblast 1, Rest, and lock the same rear guard. It gains 5k and a critical, so nice pressure. And if it doesn't hit your opponent, retire one of the rear guards and draw a card. So you combo this with the break ride, you retire 2 of their rear guards, draw 2 cards, and they, it's just pressure. It's nice. And it's also a cross ride if you have Blue Storm Dragon Maelstrom in the Soul. The main unit of the deck pretty much is 2 Blue Storm Supreme Dragon Glory Maelstrom. Its skill is Ultimate Break, so Limit Break at 5 damage. When it attacks the Vanguard, no specific number of battles. Counterblast 1 plus 5k. They can't guard with grade 1 or higher units. When people say, oh, Glare has a Glory skill, this is where that skill originated from. So again, if you have it boosted by Despina, the critical trigger, and you do hit 4th battle, they can't guard at all, aside from intercepting. If you're at cross ride, though, intercepting really won't help unless they have those plus 10k interceptors. If you have it, if you break ride with it, then they can't guard at all either. Ideally, what you want to do is push them down to 5 damage when you're still sitting on the break ride, and then cross break ride with this unit for pretty much instant game. So this deck really doesn't need you to stride very much, and I'm kind of a broke high school student, so I can't really afford Lambros. So I actually only have 1 G unit, and that's Atmos. The G unit actually doesn't matter. I would suggest running maybe Tidal Bore for actual on-hit pressure and, the plus that it can pull off. But run 2 extra G units for G assist. It's like, that's that goes without saying, but this unit is just when it attacks the Vanguard, Counterblast 1 plus 10k. I mainly just run a G unit because I thin the deck out so much for grade 3s that, I'm going to have at least 1 card to ditch for stride, and it unlocks Statia's GB1. So that's the deck. I hope that this helped you. I've had a lot of fun with this deck. I actually did not often do like the ultimate, guard restrict combo. It didn't pop up very much, but what I mainly like to do is control their field using Maelstrom Reverse. That's pretty fun because heavy criticals. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the deck build. Leave a like, maybe a comment. Just hope you enjoyed the video overall, and check out our Facebook page. I believe that there's a link to the description, or link to the page in the description. Yep. All right, this is Miles signing off.